Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I had a little order today. Today is Friday the 12th of May. I can't believe we're nearly halfway through the month already. I just had a little order. I went to place it thinking I forgot it was £150 the order to get a free gift, not £125. So I ordered a little bit extra. But it's mainly stuff like I ordered my stamping blades. Do you know, I can put one of these in, it lasts me weeks, and then I can put one in and it's gone in a few days because I've been cutting up loads of scraps. I've got a couple of cards coming on the next video as well, using scraps, and I just can't stop using them. I'm thinking to myself, I've gone all these years probably with scraps, big enough to do like a decent sized card, but using up little scraps. Not just in the strips like these ones, but I mean, which these are fantastic. I mean, I've got all sizes, but we always use strips. So I've got a card coming up with a normal size card using the two-tone flora, and I've also gonna have a card using up scraps different than just strips. So I won't show it you now. Just watch this space. So I got my dimensionals. I got loads of the large ones and I'm running out of small ones, so I bought some mini dimensionals. I got my blades. I mean, wow. I mean, with the blades, with stamping dimensionals, I ordered new mini cutting plates as well for my mini die machine. What I tend to do is, let me show you. Now, these look horrendous, but my top one I have only ever used on the top. So I'll use this one. It's probably still usable, and I could swap them round until this one gets as bad as this one. But what I'll tend to do is, when this one gets so bad, I will literally pop this top one and then use a new one. So instead of just swapping out both the plates, because this is warping. I mean, this one, unless you turn them regular, this will warp. So this will become my new bottom plate. Maybe I'll use this on the tops, but then they'll both, and then I'll end up using both. So what I'll do is I will pop these to one side, and then what with these then, to make them look half decent again, I might glue on just a very, very, very thin layer of cardstock, which will act as a shim as well, but only on one, not on them both. I did try and add fun foam, the thin stuff, but it just squashed it and it wouldn't go through the machine. So this now will become a spare, which I will line with paper. And then this one will now, which is my top plate, will now come my bottom plate. And then my new plates. I wondered why it was a bit dodgy looking. It's got tissue in between. So then this will become my new top plate. And then I just keep rotating on that, so I don't use both plates. I tend to, this will be top plate until that one's knackered, and then this will become the bottom plate while I put my new one on. So it just recycles everything and just keeps it going. So I mean, you could even line that over there, glue that on. It's thin enough, it just makes it look a little bit more attractive. But there's nothing wrong with the plates themselves. I will find use for them. So there's that. So I've got my new cutting plates. I ordered the new in colour 2023-25 in colour dots. So we've got, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get 30 of each. There's 150 dots. And I also ordered the jute trim, it's called, in the 5 colours. I mean, they've got ribbons. You can go at different thousand types of ribbon. But, I mean, you can't beat this stuff. It's nice and thick. Very thick. I suppose you could untwine that and make it even thinner. but I'm not going to do that now. But I've got the in colour jute and the in colour dots, and not really, I just normally buy my gems cheap, but I thought I'd give them a go because I do like the new ink colour. I'm loving this. In fact, I love all these colours. I'm not fussed on the copper. It's okay, but it's not my cup of tea. But I do love these, and I think they would go nice with the Berry Burst. These will go with any of the blues, and these will go with any of the neutrals. And I think these will go with Daffodil Delight, the Lemon Lollipop, any of the yellows. But mind you saying that, these copper ones, let me have a look outside the packet. So I glued my strip down onto the back because they come loose, so I know who they are or where they are, and I've trimmed up the packet. But these are a reddish, more like a Cajun Craze with the copper. So I bought these knowing I could use different colour families to add my gems to, and I cut this is just the packet it came in. After I trimmed the packet down, I just taped it up, and then I put a little, I could just cut out a little circle-ish circle, just so I don't have to keep separating these cello bags, because there's nothing worse than trying to, and then at least I can just pull it out. So I've got those and those. I ordered this punch because, like I'm saying, I thought my order, sorry, I'm right out of view. I thought my order was going to be £125, and it actually worked out 129, and it said you haven't earned enough for the gift. So I went back in and ordered the punch. It's called the Decorative Circle, and it's literally, it's just over actually 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. It's about 2 3/8, maybe 1 or 2 millimeters shorter. I love punches, so I cut. The green is the actual punch, which I think is really cute. So there it is. And I also laid it with the 2-inch circle, which is a good size if you want a good size border. And the circle, the 2 inches is 5 centimeter. This, I didn't do the centimeter on that. Well, let me just check. A centimeter. Oh, wrong way round, Gaynor. Is 6 centimeters. So that gives a good border all the way around with a 5 centimeter. Then I added, this is the 2 1/4, and you can just barely see the green, whereas you've got good green on that side. So the 2 1/4 is a little bit too big, which is 5.8, and if that's 6, then you've literally got 1 millimeter all the way around. But then I also cut the decorative, I think it's called a star circle, I don't know, I can't remember, but this is 2 1/8, and it's just, well, just slightly over, it's 5.6 centimeters. But when you layer it up on the green, it looks lovely. It's, I reckon the 2-inch circle and this one will do perfect for borders. If you wanted to add a sentiment and a different color background, maybe you could cut some gold cardstock. Maybe then take your 1 3/4 punch out the center, and then put a 2-inch or this star punch over the top, and that way nobody sees it because it's going to be adding dimensionals, or you're going to glue it down, and you can layer it up that way, and that way you still get a 1 3/4 gold piece or silver piece or black shimmer card, whatever you're using, and then hide it with your label on the top. But I do like that. I really like, in fact, I've had the word 1 in the catalogue since I saw it, so, but I wasn't really fussed. I think it was in the little mini catalogue. Let me have a look. I can't remember. Let me check actually in here. Punches. So I've got my labels. It doesn't say what kit it came from, but I thought it was, I could have swore it was in here, but I'd soon check at the back now. So no, it wasn't in this kit, so it must have just been in the in the catalogue, but I love it. I saw somebody using it on a video and I was like, oh, I haven't got that one, so I ordered that as well. But I love the way that layers up with the star and the circle, so give it a nice border. I love that. Then I ordered the Countryside Corner Suite. I didn't have the gems that come with, I don't think. Let's see what page that. I think that page on page 32 or 62. 62, I think. Yeah. I didn't go for the embossing folder. I've got over 150 embossing folders, and you'd be lucky if I touch one every now and then. It's beautiful, but I would have it, I'd use it once, and it'd go in with my other collection. And like I'm saying, I must have between 150 and 200 embossing folders, and it's very, very rare I use them. So I'm sure I must have something in among all my other embossing folders that would complement with this set. I had the dies, I had the stamp set, and I had the paper. And I found something out in as well. So I will be showing how to layer these up with masking tape so you get the perfect gap on each. And you can use your stamp set, believe it or not, as a guide. So you can lay, let me just move these out the way, because people want to know how am I going to get a good gap. So lay it down, go to your next one, lay that down, because they fit in between, and they cut all these stamp sets out. And then you should be able to lay, I haven't checked, I'm just guessing. So, and then you're going to get that perfect, but lay them all on top, like so. Making sure they are in their little poochie packet, in the right place. You can't get any better than the stamp itself. This may be a little bit more tricky. Oh, there we are. Not too bad. And then you know they're evenly spaced. Let me grab my masking tape wherever it's gone. Oh, there it is. So I've just got normal decorative masking tape. And I'm just gonna, either that or you can judge it for yourself. And I'm not the best at judging spaces. But you know it's lined up on your stamp set. And then you can pick them up. Oh, she says, stop, let me see. I pressed a little bit too hard, so it's stuck to my stamp. But now I've peeled, look at them, perfectly spaced. Look at that now. Let me get some scissors, trim off the excess. Non-stick scissors. So if you were using this as and you then, if you didn't want it to stick to your paper apart from the edges, use your embossing powder, your little embossing body, to take away the stickiness, but leave the stickiness around the edges. And then you should be able to die cut them, and they all look pretty even to me, evenly spaced. So let's just check. Oh yeah, half. They're roughly about half an inch of a gap on each. Yeah, roughly. I wouldn't say they were bang on perfect, but they're a lot more perfect than what I could get them. Maybe that middle ones. But even if they were on the tape, you can take them up and lay them down and then look at them, and if they look perfect to you, then you can literally run that through with your cardstock, with your designer series paper, with your stamp even, because these all fit on here perfectly, and you would get every layer. And what I would do if I was cutting out this stamp is lay this on top, die cut them all, and then every layer, then I would lay that on some white cardstock and then cut the next, or even keep the white cardstock in the center for a sentiment, and then just keep going until you've laid them all down. But I'm going to keep that like that because it's tape. It will also stick to my magnetic plate, so I don't have to keep pulling them off unless I want to use them individual. So that's a great way to store them, and it's a great way to keep them evenly distanced. They come on the paper perfect, but they come with the die sticking up, so you've got to take them off singularly and then literally, but use tape, use your embossing buddy in there to get rid of the sticky so it doesn't stick to your cardstock. And then this will just basically, it's masking tape, so it should come off anyway. So, but that's my tip. So I'm going to be using, I love this. I didn't buy it last time because I'd already spent on the stuff I actually wanted. So, oh, by the way, this paper is apt, and I tell you what, it doesn't look much in the book. It doesn't look much at all, but you know, when it came this afternoon, oh, it's absolutely stunning. Now, I think it was the woven heirloom. Do you remember the one with the little butterflies on? I added it to, look, see, it's navy blue, it's Night of Navy, it's got balmy blue, but it's also got a little bit of Sahara sand, I think it is, or crumb cake, I can't remember. But this, I ordered 2 lots of the paper just so I could have these butterflies years ago. I love this paper, and when I pulled this set out today, it's got gorgeous flowers on. This has got tiny little flowers on. This has got tiny little flowers on. This is the back. Absolutely, I'm blue mad, so I love this paper. But I bought the By the Bay first. Remember the By the Bay? Then you've got little rabbits. How cute. I love the colours. It's balmy blue, boho blue, misty moonlight, night navy, and whisper white. And then when I saw it, and look at that, that goes beautiful with that. So you could have a little strip of this, a little strip of this. It's old paper, but use it up. I've got 1 sheet of 12 by 12 left, and I've been saving it for when when some DSP come out that I could use it with. So loving it. So if you've got any old cards, any old designer series paper in the same colours, put it together. It's got the little birds on it. Birds, butterflies, rabbits. What else have we got? Bird, and then that's the back. I just love blue. You got these beautiful flowers on here. Love pinstripes. Now the back of this one is cross stitch and dots, or XOXOXO. So keep that in mind. But look at that, it's absolutely stunning. This one's got little foxes on. Foxes, butterflies, rabbits, flowers. Oh, absolutely stunning. And then you've got this beautiful polka dot finish on the back. Stunning. And then we've got the trees. Absolutely beautiful. So all these colours in this card's DSP match everything apart from the tiny little bit of beige. But look at that. Just look at those colours together. So I put my last sheet of this. I'm sure it's the woven heirloom. I can't remember, but I love it. And if anyone knows the name of that cardstock, that DSP that I've just put at the back there, the one with the, please tell me, because mind you, if somebody's got a packet of that for sale, the whole 12 by 12, let me know. I'll buy it off you. Oh, beautiful. So I also had this one. I couldn't get it with my first order because it wasn't on the pre-order list. But look how beautiful. You've got these beautiful leaves. You could even colour these tips and turn them into flowers and leaves. And again, leaves. It's beautiful. And look at these. They're all at the Bible. Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Couldn't think of anything better to say. It's beautiful. May the Lord bless you and keep you, which is Numbers 6:24. Then you got 1 Thessalonians 5:18. In everything give thanks. And I've got a new mouse mat which I bought last week, and it's whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. And it's 1 Corinthians 10 verses 31. Absolutely beautiful. So everything I do this just lately, all the glory goes to my Lord and Saviour, because without him we are nothing. We can't do anything without him. We can't live without him, because if he didn't exist, neither would we. We'd have no food. He provided all the food that we've ever needed to eat. I know people grow things, but if God didn't create the seed, we'd have no food. So, and then this one, Psalms 27:14, be of good courage. And I couldn't wait for this one to come out. I think the other one is faith and hope. So I've got the courage and hope. No, courage and faith. What's the other one? Let me check. Because they're on the same page, I think. But I love it. Courage and hope. Courage and faith even. Page 72. Yeah. It's hope and prayer, sorry. So I've got the two now. Absolutely love them. Absolutely love them. I'm not sure if there's another one. But, no. I've finally got, because I always tick what I've got, so I don't have to, because I used to reorder things and then say, oh, I've already got it. So now I tick things. But, I just love it. And I couldn't wait to order it. Look at this. Hope anchors the soul. And it's going to go lovely with these blue papers. I just love it. And I've been going through this. I mean, there are some beautiful stamp sets in there, but those two really spoke to me. So now I've completed. Oh, and it's $1 million stamp set. Oh, who did this one? Let's have a check. Because it's nice to know somebody's achieved something wonderful. Natalie Travis, $1 million sales achiever. Oh, how wonderful, Natalie. Thank you for this beautiful, beautiful stamp set. Trust me, it's going to get used a lot. Sentiments. And those lovely images. So I bought this. And then with my freebie, because I finally ordered £150, I had the stamp with love. So you've got hand stamps, especially for you, and then you can put the person's name. Obviously, we've got the Stampin' Up. I love the little post box and the letters. I like you. It's okay. Love you always. And so you get a card. I mean, it was free, so I can't complain. It's got some nice sentiments. But I do love the post box. I do love the letter. So that was my freebie. And I've got one more thing to show you. Now, I had the Bright and Beautiful Memories and More pack. Now, I love these Memories and More pack, and I should use them more often, because I wasn't fussed. I didn't want to buy the designer series paper because, again, I'd probably use it once or twice and it'd be stuck then in my designer series paper collection, wondering what can I do with it. I've just gone through every bit of my old designer series paper, and I've cut them down to 6x6s. Some I've cut down to 6x4s. Which one did I do as a 6x4? Oh, this one. Because I tend to use my fronts. But I'll just show you what I've done. So this is another way of using up scraps with all the square pieces. So I went through my packet, I pulled out all the tiny small, these are all pretty big, so I can get that on a card. You know, I can get that on a, look at that, on a card, so I can use that on a card. You know, you've got double-sided. So I can use these on cards. But I had small pieces, and I wasn't going to cut them down to tiny little strips. instead I just added them like that. So one of the cards I'll be making with, in fact I'm going to be making 2 cards, and one of these is going to be using this. I've already set it to one side. We all know how to add scraps to a piece of cardstock, but I will be using the two-tone flora and some other dies and stuff to make a nice card. So instead of buying the designer series paper, the stamp set, and which was going to cost me a fortune, and I would only use it once, and I've still got my balloon punch from about 7 years ago, so I ordered the Memories in More pack, and it fits in one of my cello bags perfectly. So I cut off the back of the bag so I know which one it is. I've added the cardboard that comes with, so this is just loose, fits in my cello bag perfect. And look, if I line the 6x4s cards up with the 3x4 cards, they knit together beautiful and sit inside my cello packet, instead of me, well, trying to just keep everything everywhere. So you get 2 of those. You've got sentiments on there, you've got stickers. This is a cluster of stars that all come out together. You then get 2 of those as well, so again you've got sentiments on there. What a cheap way to have balloons. You don't have to stick them down as stickers. You could stick it on white cardstock, black cardstock, fussy cut it out, or use the stamp punch, which I've got, or just basically put dimensionals underneath, and then with the rest of where the dimensional's not hitting, so it doesn't stick down to your card and flatten your dimensional, use your embossing buddy. That will take away the stickiness and it'll keep your cards sticking up. So I'm going to pop them to one side. You get 2 of each of the stickers, and I've already separated and twisted, so this is the back, so you get 14 of the large cards. Look at that, good times. You pop that say maybe pop that out with some of your die cuts, and you've got it to add to a card. And then you could add another one in the inside then, so you could cut that out at this card to use on one card, and then cut another one of these to infill where you've cut it out, and then use another sentiment, and you've got another card. So you're not just, you're getting 2 uses out of one card for cards. So instead of using one going, I've just got to use that, I could glue that on a card and go, there you go, there's a nice card. But like I'm saying, die cut that out, use the same die cut, flip it over, insert it back into the card, and then just use your own sentiment. So, and you get 14 of these, so there's 28 cards that you could possibly get from this. And again, maybe if you've got some of these that you're not really, or just use them as designer series paper. So that's the back of that. This one you can cut down, use this one for maybe a small photo. This would be a great sentiment. But look at this beautiful designer series paper on the back. Love it. So we've got spots, and again you could cut a big one. This is not the biggest one, it's one of the medium size, but the next one up, cut that out. You could add that to a card, add another one the same size, turn that over and put the insert back in, and then stamp. So you've got another, like I'm saying, you've got 2 uses for each card. You've got this one again, same again, use that. You could keep it the same way, pull that off for one card, add another insert for this card, or even turn it over, add your insert in, some of the stickers and a sentiment, another card. Love it. So we've got this side, and then we've got this one. It says congrats, you deserve it. What I would do is cut that level, spin that top bit where you've cut off, I'm just showing you as an example, and turn that paper round, so you're still using the same card, back to front. You've got beautiful, and then you could add something on the top, some more die cuts. but I love it. And then these gorgeous stripes, and then on the back you've got yay you. Again, cut that sentiment out, add some more balloons on here, another insert, same shape, same size, pop that in there, use it as designer series paper. So we've got 4 lots of stickers, we've got 14 of these card bases, then you get 36 of these. So I'll just go through these pretty quick. You could cut that into 3. Then we got the Let's Party, and that's the opposite side. We got this beautiful, you could add a nice little photo in there, or use them as journaling spots. So that's another one. I mean, look, let me just show you that one. Look at that. That would look beautiful on dimensionals. Maybe even add another balloon from the sticker. You've got a card front, and they got stripes on the back. Absolutely beautiful. Same with this one. Or you can, oh, where's that one gone? There it is. Again, way to go. Use the circle punch, or even the punch I've just showed you. So again, oh, that's the wrong pile. And then we got the cheers for you. That would look nice. That would look nice. Then you've got hip hip hooray. Love that, it's cute. And then this is on the back. But you can make so many cards with these. I might have a ball and make some. Look at that. That is beautiful. And that's what's on the back. These make, if you're doing an album, these make great 3x4 photo pictures mounts. Oh, and I got my new punch the other day from Amazon. And look, oh, it cuts out. It also scores it as well. So I've got my perfect little photo corners, and then it scores it, so you can just fold that over, pin that down, and look, cute or what. And then you've got this, look at that, turn it opposite. You could have it running this, oh you can't, oh you could, I don't like that, but you could turn that opposite and give yourself a jazzy border. So that's one lot of cards. And then we've also got these ones, and again I've already flipped them, so that's the back. You're seriously the best. Cute. Enjoy today with the little rainbows. Great for kids cards. You've got the star. Let me just pop them to one side. Look at that star with the dots on the back. Then you've got these boho spots with the hip hip hooray again. Instead of the blue, this time you've got the yellow, and it's got a beautiful place to add a sentiment. I think these are brilliant. So if you can't afford the stamp set and the dies and the designer series paper, this set is perfect for people on a budget. So you did it. Again, this is the opposite side. Make every day a celebration, and that's the opposite. Isn't that cute? So like I'm saying, I didn't want to be left with tons of designer series paper. That's cute. That's the back. And then this one, you can do this. Great times. Today will be great. Congrats. Lovely. Hello, lovely, and best wishes. Again, trim those down. Just have the small sentiment. But look at those. And that's the back. So, and you get 36 of the small, which piled together on here. Let me just pop that in because it's a little bit tight when you're trying to do it all together. So you get 14 plus your 4 stickers, so there's 20, and 36, so you get 56 items for £8.50. How good is that? So I'm push that all the way down there. I've separate because there's 18 in there, 18 in there, and then this slides in there, beautiful, inside my cello bag. Keeps it nice and neat. And even if I wanted to gift that as a present, I could still fold that over, add a beautiful ribbon, add a label. You've still got what it is on the back. They come in just cellophane wrappers anyway, but I think this is a little bit neater because they all come stacked on the top like that, but I think that's a lot neater and easier to store with your, I love it. So if you wanted the kit but didn't want to fork out for everything, but just go for the, I've only got one Memories and More pack, but they do cards and envelopes to match. Let me find the Memories and More let's see if it's got it in here. That's in the very back, I think. No. Scrapbooking. So Memories and More 135. Yeah. So here's the kit in the catalogue. Memories and More and Even More, it says. So they've got the cards and envelopes. You get 20 bases, 20 envelopes. They're 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. Right. I thought they did both sizes. 20 card bases, 20 envelopes. Folded card size, 4 1/4 by... maybe you have to cut them down yourself then. But they're great for scrapbooking as well if you just didn't want to use it for cards. Look, for kids' photos. You could do a birthday spread. You could do a graduation spread. Someone's passing out parade or anything. But yeah, they do the cards and envelopes and they do the Memories and More. £8. £8. Way cheaper. So I just thought I'd come on and show you all. This is my little stash. This is my £150 order with my plates, with my stamp sets and my designer series paper. Bargain. Right, I love you all, girls, but watch out for projects. I'll be coming back soon. Take care. Love you millions. Love you all. Bye. Bye. Bye.